Wait for the crack. Wait for the gong of the beginning of your livelihood, as this is where life begins. Welcome back to another episode of Long Winded. She comes alive. I don't know what in the off-brand Nixie sparkling water is, but it's giving tariffs. But it goes down crisp and bubbly. Okay. Okay, where shall we start? You know, some people are like, oh, I used to like her until she started getting too political. Don't get too political, but then on the other hand, people are saying it's mandatory for their favorite creators for all, and excuse me while I adjust my tittlers. Like, what does titular even mean? On the other hand, while, people are demanding that content creators talk about and discuss these issues so we know where they stand, so we know whether to support them or not. So which one is it? But I'll let you know one thing. On one hand, I don't care. And on the other hand, I don't give a fuck. I saw that in a recent Instagram meme. And I haven't gotten it out of my head, but really. So I'm not allowed to say anything. And also, I'm not really saying anything that political. It's not a bipartisan, nonpartisan issue that Trump fully lied on his health assessment exam. So what? So I made a little funny, a little roast. What else are we supposed to do for an hour weekly? I have to fulfill my contract. I have to come to work, even though I just had a chemical peel. I keep telling my whole team, they're like, do you want this brand that wants you to film within the next 48 hours? Have it to them by Monday. You'll be chasing them down all weekend. What about this verbiage? Can I replace 20% off with the $sign emoji? Absolutely not. Anyways, with my chemical peel. I said I'll be peeling for the next 5 to 7 days. I'm not joking. Okay, well, work it into the contract. What am I? Money bags. A piggy bank. Oink, oink. And that's on capitalism, and that's on my Capricorn. I don't want to live this life. You know me. Anyways, I don't think it's actually that deep, my politics. Of course, you know where I stand on things. What else are we supposed to be talking about? These are affecting our daily lives. I have to call someone out on their health exam that's fabricated, that was completed by a fake doctor. No offense. Of course, you're real doctors. You're no chiropractor. They're like, well, did you talk about Biden's health exam? Your health can't be examined if you're dead. DEDD. Heart rate 0. Blood pressure 0/0. Cognitive doll's eyes. Probably not. That means you're brain dead. People were really upset. When I was talking about the Catholic Church, I had no idea they were so sensitive over there. How dare you? This is too far. This is insensitive. You can't come for Catholicism. What do you mean a pervy priest? Well, it was in the context of Fleabag, which I guess you have no taste and haven't seen, but also your priest is pervy. Don't we know? Haven't there been enough exposés? Not all of them, but they have a tendency. They have proclivities. They have, but, I just learned such a good word for this. So what? I have a long neck. I I don't mind it sometimes, and other times I do because it's just sticking out. It's sticking out for all to see, and it's easy to neglect your neck and skincare. What about that tech neck? Plaguing us long necks and not long necks forever for life. But you know how I feel about the beauty standard. We're never going to be taken seriously unless our necks are in check. So what about Go Pure? I received the Tighten and Lift neck cream, and it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. My neck felt so soft and hydrated afterwards, and I kept touching it. I was like, who is this gorgeous lady? All the time on the skincare subreddits, which you know I'm lurking. The number one advice is always do not forget about your neck. Do all of your skincare on your face, on your neck. Hello. And Go Pure's revolutionary Tighten and Lift neck cream is powered by clinically proven active ingredients. This advanced formula is designed to visibly firm, smooth, and rejuvenate the delicate skin on your neck and chest in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. With over 1 million jars sold, this beauty secret is no longer a secret. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off Go Pure with code Gabby at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com, use code Gabby, and you're all set. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask where you heard about Go Pure, tell them it was from our show. I don't have to tell you I love a sunglass. I'm here wearing them every week. I stand by my sunglasses. With that being said, Crap Eyewear is an independent sunglass brand designed and tested beachside in Los Angeles, California. Where better than to develop a sunglasses brand? Born in reaction to an overpriced and overly serious sunglass market. Can you chill out already? Crap Eyewear is on a mission to create funky, earth-friendlier eyewear without the heavy retail markup. What do you mean $200 for a pair of sunglasses? It's outrageous. I love Crap Eyewear because, like they said, they're funky and they're fresh. Say less, no? They're handcrafted bioacetate, which is biodegradable frames. Hello, somebody needs to care about our ozone because I know you don't. I know you're not recycling. Their frames come with optical grade lenses, CR39 lenses with 100% UVA and UVB protection. You're telling me post-chemical peel. And they're certified carbon neutral business and independently owned. Is it too much to ask these days? Head to crapeyewear.com to shop. That's CRAPEYEWEAR.com to shop. Use the code Gabby at checkout for 20% off full priced items. I know you have a little side hustle, and who doesn't? You have a passion project that you would like to do full time one day. I know you, and same, and you got to build that up with a website. So you'll be happy to know this podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. We know how important having an online presence is these days in business. Sorry, we didn't choose this life. Capitalism chose us. So whether you're starting out managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a gorgeous, beautiful website. Engage with your audience, very important, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. You're the boss. You're not reporting to anyone else. And Squarespace Payments is the easiest way to manage your payments in one place. And you know what? That's a very important part of business is the money. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, squarespace.com/Gabby to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. They have mere peccadillos, the priests. So what? It's not that deep. And the sisters are probably scissoring. Give them something to live for. And sometimes all there is to do is double down, baby. So as I said before, welcome back. I got a chemical peel. I wasn't expecting it. It was a last minute decision. I went in for a scamandatory consultation. Hey, I wanted to make an appointment and they were like, okay, it's going to be $100 in an hour. I'm like, I know how this shit goes. I run these consultations like the back of house of a Buffalo Wild Wings. I pick out what I want from the menu and you say corner. Well, I wasn't getting my entree that day. I was getting hit with a dose of realism. I have melasma, dark spots everywhere, and you can't treat them, but with a damaging, well, kind of. It damages the first layer of your skin to get to the fresh skin underneath, and now I'm concerned actually by these lights, but I hope they're not UV, and I just put on sunscreen. Oh, fuck. It's too late. Let me take a look at them. My forehead really isn't allowed to get hot. Oh, you guys, I'm getting scared. I might have to go grab a hat. I can't do no, it's not worth it. It's a spiral that's taking up my mind. And I have my tennies on because I have to get some work done. Because I'm here to make money. I'm here to run shit. I got my work shoes on. But anyways, all in the name, I was diagnosed with melasma. I was in for a medical procedure, all in the name of the beauty standard. Of course, I am a woman of this world. I'm a woman of this industry. And who are we without our youth? We don't see old people. They're ignored. They have no power. They have no rights. We just let them live in a nursing home that's really expensive, but they're not getting the care that they deserve. They're rotting away on canned vegetables. The worst kind, the peas, and Mrs. Dash. This is what's going on. So I shall stay young forever. But now that I have the attention of the masses, now that maybe you don't want to hear my political views because they're not your political views, well, let me get into the black pill. Let me get in to the deep state. Let me get into you. Let me say something that's going to hurt and also blow your mind and really make you question your own consciousness and if anything is real at all. Anything what we see, is it real? Why don't we let ourselves go? Why don't we protest the beauty standards and let the wrinkles fold? Let the dark spots pronounce that we are more than just our age. Instead of undergoing treatment and some kind of a cyclical thing that brings you right back into that office, sometimes in Beverly Hills, an hour away. So you can stay plump and poreless. And by definition, powerful. Because a woman is only as powerful as she looks. But instead, why don't we let ourselves go? Well, you can, but I'm not. Gotcha. I've spent way too much money, and this is not my fight to fight. This isn't the hill that I'm going to die on. No way. You know what that's called? A pump fake. It's called a juke. A fake out. I got you, and then I dunked on your ass. But to each their own. Anyway, Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get this chemical peel. So I go into the consultation. They're like, we're going to take a couple photos. I'm like, dear God, not the ones from far away where my eyes look like beads. Like, no, you just stick your head in this machine that's definitely stealing all of your DNA and your information. But beauty standard, you have no other choice but to stick your head in it. And we're going to take 8 to 10 images. Okay, at least there's a chin rest. So it's a little comfortable. And then it goes under some kind of an examination process. And then it gets projected onto this 42-inch screen right in front of you and your nurse's face. So you can take it apart step by step. No, this is too much. Except she says my numbers are really good. All but one area, the UV area. It's down to 1%. Well, I thought that would be good because 1% damage, but of course not. It's always the opposite of what you think. It's 1%. 99% disgusting. The UV damage was all lit up across the screen, across my face. Something like when your brother had to go to masturbation rehabilitation because he couldn't lay off of himself. But the therapist had to come by the house to do some intake. They needed to gather some information, some data, to assess how severe this case actually is. So they took a UV light to his bedroom all around just to see there's not one surface that has been untouched by his semen. That's what my face looked like. Ew, disgusting. No, I'm not talking about this. No, I'm not talking about semen on my face. I never actually had that in the first place, okay? Okay, and I will tell you, in lesbian, I'm very happy with where I'm at, and I should have known it way long ago. I never liked that shit on my face. I'll pay for my facials. Thank you very much. This is what it was looking like, the UV akin to my skin. I'm not allowed any heat, no lasers that I went in for in the first place, no micro needling. It's the only thing I knew. Only the V peel. Turns out I love it. I love it. It's meant for me. You might see a couple slough off during this, but I don't care. I honestly, ask me how much I care because I don't. I don't mind having a conversation starter. Skin sloughing off of my chin in the middle of a gorgeous al fresco Italian dinner. I was peeling over a focaccia and a natural wine. Very Angelino of me. Well, in Beverly Hills, you see way worse. You'll see that middle-aged woman with drains coming out of her face. And something that's supposed to resemble a facial feature, but not quite. You'll see a nice lady with stage 4 pitting edema on her cheekbones and her head bandaged really tight to keep in place the skin that has been newly stitched to her ear after 16 inches has been removed, as though to tighten and pull back, so people will take her seriously. This is what we're going through as a society of women. This is the path I will endure. That, I'm sure, was a deep, plain facial lift, which you bet your ass I'm saving for. But I don't know if these chemical peels are going to let me because it's keeping my skin so tight. I love it. I highly recommend. I've been thinking a lot. Oh, are you scared? My mind's been racing. It's been running about what I'm going to do with my hair next. I feel like I've had the same haircut for so long, and I want something that's a little easier to blow out. Well, because I'm sick of blowing out my hair and then it going flat 5 seconds later. It went from gorgeous 90s to fungus mushroom in about 30 minutes. Talk about a devastating waste of time. Well, this podcast is presented by Dry Bar's all-inclusive 8-in-1 multi-styler and blowout defense collection, an all-in-one game-changing tool and liquids that together deliver blowouts that last up to 96 hours. Now we're talking no shower, no problem, because your hair is going to look amazing. Plus, I go 96 hours between washes, I'll be honest. Meet the all-inclusive styler, our first tool of its kind to combine both heated airflow and heated styling attachments so you can take your hair from wet to dry to styled with just one tool. There's 4 attachments with 2 modes. That gives you 8 different ways to style: the concentrator, the flat iron, the curling iron, the round blow dryer brush. For tons of volume and shine, talk about a butterfly cut. You need the volume and perfectly inward turns ends. So don't just get ready, but stay ready. Get a blowout that lasts now and shop Dry Bar's all-inclusive and blowout defense products at drybar.com. I love to crack a cold one. A cold soda. And do I have news for you? Simply has launched a new prebiotic soda, Simply Pop, the new juicy soda. There are 5 flavors: pineapple, mango, lime, strawberry, citrus punch, and fruit punch. Say less, all my favorite flavors. They're made with real fruit juice because, please, I hate it when they're not. Simply Pop supports gut health with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber, no added sugar, and is sweetened with juices monk fruit extract. Now we're talking. Supports immune health with zinc and vitamin C. Simply Pop is a flavor that just pops. I'm always looking for something that's carbonated, and that is Simply Pop. It's a fruit-forward bevy of prebiotic sodas made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health and vitamin C and zinc to support immune function. I personally like the strawberry flavor because obviously it's the most decadent. So, for flavor that pops, long-winded chooses Simply Pop. Go to cokeurl.com/simplypop to find out where you can try it. And it's Taurus season, and I'm ready for a change. I need something to really shake me up. And by shake up, I mean relax me a little bit. I've been working too hard. I need a day off. I want to fully lay in bed, lose sensation in all of my limbs, and watch the rest of the season of Real House of Atlanta season 6. I'm addicted. Nene Leakes is probably by far my favorite housewife ever, and she's a Sagittarius just like Robbie, so it makes sense. I feel like they're literally the same person. It's Taurus season, which means a season for grounding and a season for luxury, lushness, and a season to make your dreams come true. Because Taurus, and Mars is moving back into Taurus, which Mars is the planet of drive and ambition. But you have to have a plan to make your dreams get put in motion. Otherwise, it's called delusion, not drive. You need to actually have an action plan. What's my dream? What's my dream right now? Oh, I don't know, to trip on a mushroom again. I'm missing the hallucinogenic high that I once got from a mushroom. But now my mood stabilizers won't allow me something of a serotonin syndrome risk. I don't get the same effect. and I'm missing it and I need it. I need a hallucinogenic buzz to remind me who I am. I want my legs to feel like gelatin. Have you guys ever had that high? Where you're touching on your thigh and you're like, oh. It's like the Jello shots I make every 4th of July, which no one wants without a dollop of whipped cream. And then I'm envisioning the ground like lava because I was in a hot spring. And the mind does crazy things. That's what I need, but I'm too stabilized. My mood's too stabilized. So now you're telling me, Mars and Taurus, I should quit cold turkey. I need to make my dreams come true and see what happens. The chemical peel was supposed to keep me inside, but paradoxically, I've been getting out more than ever. With SPF 50, of course, and a Coolabar hat. But I've been stepping outside. It's had the opposite effect on me. That's what paradoxical means. Oh, she's sounding like Jordan Peterson. Oh, she's doing her babble word salad, saying a bunch of big words that don't make sense. No, I can put together a better sentence than Jordan Peterson, that crazy motherfucker. His eyes are getting more deranged by the second. He's really been on one lately. You can tell. All of the words he doesn't know the meaning to, that he just tries to stitch together with no rhyme or reason, they're all jumbling up on his insides and squeezing everything together. Squeezing as they come up through the throat and make his face beet red and his eyes go black. If you were to disagree with him, then you are a DSM-5 diagnosed psychopath. And honestly, I can relate. Same. If you disagree with me, you're also some kind of a diagnosis, but I'm just saying my opinions. I'm just allowing you to get to know me so you can decide for yourself whether you want to support me or not. And I already told you that I don't need your support. Yes, I do. I'm begging. The ones on the other side of the internet, the conspiracies that this didn't happen and they're innocent, they're the ones getting the most views. I'm making too much sense. So I got to switch things up. The Jordan Peterson, he says things like, squeeze me. This Vixie's getting to me. Is getting to me gut. He says things like, they're feathering their own nests. As Joe Rogan nods emphatically, definitely. Fuck them. What are they doing? Putting feathers in their own nests? Absolutely. It's just like, you cannot make this stuff up. And then he says, short-term impulsive hedonism. Anything you say, bro. Tomato, potato. Short-term impulsive. Darn, you're a heathen. For getting on TikTok. And then he's like, 80% of people agree most of the time. Okay, you literally took that from Ron Burgundy, the dumbest man we've ever seen on TV by design. You don't want to be like him. You're a scholar. You're a professor that almost got his license revoked. But all the men online say that Jordan Peterson has taught them how to be a better man, all by cleaning their room. Okay, well, I guess you just ignored your mother your whole childhood, and it took you a man because your father was never around, because he was the one having to make all the money and she had to stay inside with the kids. But then you don't listen to her because she's a woman. Why does someone have to tell you to clean your room? You. What kind of, you pervert? That's exactly what you are. Anyways, it's Taurus season and I'm getting outside more. I'm taking winding walks on sidewalks that smell like honeysuckle. Who cares if they're behind a neighbor's privacy fence? I can still get a whiff. Slowly meandering through smells of lavender. And quickly after that, garbage day. I get a whiff of your old onions from your pad thai that you let sit in the fridge for way too long, but it's LA. And there's a garbage can around every corner. And this is life. This is life. Trying to enjoy the simplicities of the banal when they're ruined by the atrocities of the common life. Dog piss. I'm walking two dogs at once. Nardo's like walking an alligator. He's peeing on this on the left and then on the left and then going to the right and sniffing over here and then sniffing over there. Alligators can run up to 60 miles an hour while Nardo can do 65. And I have to have that big circle thing around his neck to try and control him like they do with the alligators. This is me walking my dog. The other one on a retractable leash, which is useless, does nothing for me and absolutely nothing for her except leave her in the middle of the road. Come on, Stevie, let's go. There's waywards looking at the both of you. Stalking you, waiting to find out if they can attack, because I do not trust any of the dogs in LA. Let me tell you that. I'll trust a dog in Colorado, sure, but I literally saw a wolf on a leash just yesterday. It was not like any other hound I've seen. No, it was the first cousin of a wild. No, it wasn't even cousin. It was the first. What do you call the dog? It's like the feline. What do you call that? Ugh. What do you call? Dog to what as cat to feline? Canine. The original canine, the wolf. I'd never seen a coat or a face like that. Except at Elysian Park on the pass. And they were hiding in the meadows. No, and I don't trust your pity. I don't trust your cute, I love my pity. I don't trust your pity. I'm sure she's sweet. Oh, she never leaves the house? I'm sure. There's no reason why they have any kind of a reputation to their name. No, I'm sure it's all false. But how about you cross the road and we'll continue on our path? Because we're adopting too much around here. We're not shopping enough. Unpopular opinion, it's gonna hurt to say. We all have to be the saviors. We have to be the ones to take this animal in who's lived who knows what kind of life, if it was the aggressor or not, but it needs a home and you're their only option. You must save it. And then put a muzzle on it and walk on the streets of Silver Lake? I don't think so. Take them in the backyard because you're putting everyone else at risk. I don't trust any of these dogs. Oh no, I'm keeping up on a tight leash, wrapping my wrist. While I'm trying to enjoy the fresh scent of dogwood in the spring. It's June gloom. Everything's lush. Yes, so what? It's not June. It's a figure of speech. For every month. It means it's gloomy during the morning, okay? Do I have to explain everything to you? Back to Taurus season. We're making our dreams come true. Mars is going into Taurus in June. So get your shit together. Get whatever kind of a vision board you want to fuck with. Print out your Pinterest things. But most importantly, put it into action. And first, before we move on, I'd like to talk about our favorite Tauruses, Countess Luann. Such a Taurus. She loves luxury. I don't know how grounded she is, but also they're also delusional. You will learn Teresa Giudice, some of the best housewives, hilarious, Trisha Paytas, and Adele. They don't get talked about enough, these Tauruses. They need their moment too. There's also been some things going on in the manoverse. In the manosphere, it should be the Mano space. Why don't we send all of them up to space instead of the Blue Crew? Let's pack that tiny rocket ship. Who cares if there's zero gravity? Let's try and defy zero gravity by packing as many men as we can. Maybe they'll get lost on the space station. But before that, there's a couple of things. Everybody's like talking about this hypothetical. I don't have time to think about hypotheticals because I'm too busy thinking about the theticals. I'm too busy thinking about how the beauty standard has affected my life. And now I have to come face to face with something no one should ever see, the map of the UV damage of their face. I'm too busy thinking about, well, are we supposed to go to the grocery store and stock up on these canned goods that Mima's eating in the nursing home because we don't know how tariffs are actually going to affect us? Because I'm too busy thinking about how this brand is absolutely on my nerves with this tight turnaround. They want me to be my authentic self, but then I give them my authentic self and they say, no, I don't want it. Take me or leave me, but please take me. I'm living a life here. I have to have 3 more of these chemical peels. I have things to think about. I don't have time to think about 100 men v. 1 gorilla. I just cannot pretend to care. Where do people get the energy? If I had that much energy to care about this dumb shit, maybe I could actually make a difference. But I can't even get the sheets changed before Robbie comes home tonight, and I want to make it nice for her. She's my wife in my life. I don't think much about the 100 men versus 1 gorilla, except I hope the gorilla is a man. Did anyone ask that question? I hope she's not a woman, because then, and they are, in both instances, they are the victim, because we've seen how men act, how mankind act, I should say. Womankind would probably try and steer clear of the gorilla, get the fuck out, maybe try and be her friend. I don't know, read Tanya Haddock's. Loved the primates, couldn't get enough of them. I'm sure there's a couple Tanya in there, given the statistics. But what these men would do to even a female gorilla, I will not even go there. I cannot even get myself to think. After seeing what they're doing on social media day in and day out, why do you have a get ready with me? That's for the girls. Capitalism is for women. Get your own thing. And if the gorilla was a man, well, that's just some kind of a seminar run by Andrew Huberman and his assistant Joe Rogan. And then everyone's concerned about Bill Belichick. This is elder abuse. Only the men can be victim to elder abuse. Joe Biden, this is elder abuse, maybe actually. But never Wendy Williams. What about her elder abuse? She's being used and abused. I watched her documentary. It's scary. Everyone around her is exploiting her for money, and she's losing her mind. Free Wendy. Bill Belichick has been liberated. He's always showing up to interviews with the holy shirt, from my understanding. She did not give him that hole in his shirt. He wanted that hole in his shirt. Bill Belichick is not a victim of anything but being pussy whipped. Have you never seen a man in love with a woman 50 years younger than him? Yeah, he knows what's going on. He knows that this is an impossible scenario. It's what he's wanted all of his life, even just 7 years ago from when she was a minor. He was still dreaming and hoping about it. Now he's finally got her. He knows he has to let her have total control. Yeah, now she's his lover and she's his publicist. No one will ever know. They will never find out how they met. And no, I don't think anything's weird about that. I think she's probably just a Scorpio. She's private in her love life. I've had publicists interject in my meetings before. Maybe not like that, and maybe more in post. Hey, can you edit that out? Or maybe he could be like, oh, well, we don't talk about that. But anyways, those are just the details. Who cares about that? She was in her leggings, she was in her athletic wear, and she was there to work. And then I've been hearing this discourse, this conversation surrounding them like, oh, they're sleeping together. No, I don't think so. Based on his pattern of balding, I don't think that he could get his penile in a place where it can function appropriately. And I don't think that's what she's after, based on the color of her lipstick. She's in the back putting together a case to take to the manager as the Karen she is. She's in the back trying on each and every Super Bowl ring and taking them right to Adam Sandler's store in Uncut Gems. How much for this? What kind of a stone can I get for this? Baby, I don't know where that Super Bowl ring is. You have so many others. Who cares? That's what I'd say. And he'd be like, you're right. Our love is way more important than anything else. So what? She's a scammer. She's in good company. We have lots of scammers around here. Especially now. Our top 3 at this given moment. Our top 3 scammer sisters who have set the bar so high, higher than a giraffe's ass. I don't know how anyone's going to be able to scam again. And that is Scaleria Baldwin, scameghan Markle, and our favorite and lingerer and impossible to go away, Flake Lively. Scaleria, we know her. We watched a couple episodes of their reality show, and somehow Alec Baldwin looks like the victim. He's on trial for murdering a man, and he is a victim. She treats him terribly, doesn't want him around his own kids. But other than shooting a man, which who's to say, whose fault was it? Why is there a loaded gun on set? I will never know. Why you can't get B-roll from a shooting range at target practice? I'll never know. I'm sure if I paid attention to the trial, maybe, but it's like, she can't stand him. And we get it. You know a couple of words in Spanish. We get it. The first thing you're taught are the fruits and the vegetables of Spanish. I've had something of 4 years of Spanish in school, and I'm half Mexican. I know, you know, the word for onion in English. She's like, I forget the word for cebolla. She's like, cebolla? And then the guy next to her is like, oh yeah, onion. She's like, oh yeah, I don't know that word, cebolla. And he's like, I just told you. It's like, I also know a word of a fruit, manzana, and I'll tell you right now it's an apple. Scameghan Markle. She's really climbed the ranks recently, hasn't she? What, as an entrepreneur and a founder and a hard-working businesswoman, no one's asking how she's doing. Don't bother her, they say online. Oh, you just hate to see a happy woman. Well, kinda. But also, she doesn't seem so happy. She's constantly talking about the past. No, Mindy Kaling, I am the Duchess of Sussex. What did she say? How did she correct her? This is her new show. If you've been living under a rock. Meghan Markle, Mindy. Oh, here we go. Oh, she says her last name is not Markle. What does that even mean? Oh, here we go.
I don't think anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and
It's so
loves
funny too that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now. You have kids and you go, no, I share my name with my children.
Yes.
And that feels so, I didn't know how meaningful it would be to me, but it just means so much to go, this is our family name.
I don't even know what that means. I don't think that's Prince Harry's last name. Prince Harry, Sussex? I thought that was just a place on the map. What's Prince Harry's last name? Mountbatten. Shout out to Iba. He's a Mountbatten. But I giggled because this first comment is J-Lo walked so Blake could run so Meghan could fly. Exactly. And I mean, and so what? So what, is being annoying a crime? In my book. But yeah, let the girl live a little. So her jam is really expensive. And she's the first person ever to think of a lifestyle brand. I don't know how Martha Stewart's going to take that. And she was class conscious, Martha. Robbie loves to remind me she had recipes that you could make for really cheap. How is Nara Smith going to feel about all this? Meghan Markle's not making chewing gum from scratch. Are you going to take that? And then the Flake Lively. First of all, all these Instagram accounts that are posting her like nothing ever happened. We know you're being paid. Nobody wants to see her. Nobody believes that out of nowhere you're just doing an homage to Blake Lively post. Nobody cares about all of her Met Gala looks, and at least the least you could do is put on the paid partnership tool. It's unethical if you don't disclose where your money comes from. And I'm sure Meta holds you and billionaires to that standard. So just say it already, Elite Daily. Her newest thing, Blake Lively isn't afraid to speak out. Well, you should be. You've been saying too much. This is the issue. This is the issue. You have too much to say. You don't know when to stop. Please take a break. We're inundated. You're being pushed on us. It's too much. It immediately makes people turn the other way, even if you weren't a top mega scammer of maybe the last decade. Go to your billionaire retreat with Nicole Kidman as your shaman. Go to your billionaire island. I don't want to know what you do there. I know there's probably no cameras allowed. We're not even asking you. Just go. Just go away. And that ASMR video with Anna Kendrick. No, my skin was crawling with secondhand embarrassment. I can't watch this stuff anymore. It's making me feel too many things. I'm already fighting off daily shame from existing in my own body. I can't fight off yours too. And I won't even talk about how she was speaking on behalf of other victims and brought up her mom's domestic violence in front of everybody, or some kind of assault or harassment. Like, Blake, you're doing too much, please. And I looked at your movie reviews of this last movie. It's a 2.3 stars out of 5. A cinematic masterpiece. Just as she was expecting. And I think that's it. On this episode of Long Winded, and I'll see you next week.